Well, City of Justice is a series that takes itself seriously, but at the same time it's making fun of itself all the way through. It's not a parody in the sense that, like The Naked Gun, where you're just waiting for the next gag. I mean, you really are supposed to believe that Stingray and all the heroes in the show are legit. It's just how they go about doing things and the things they say during the course of the program that's going to make people laugh. It's got a lot of roots in 80s cop shows, and I think that's one of the things that audiences love about it. They love watching their favorites in this show get in a predicament or face off against some extravagant villain just to see how they're going to manage to unrealistically get out of the situation. We always assumed that would be part of our audience, people that watch those shows, but come to find out there is an enormous appeal. I think one of the draws is that it's such there's such a good variety of characters, whether they be good guys or bad guys. Everybody just has fun watching them. Everybody has their favorites. Most people love Stingray, obviously, but then there are those who that might like Carl more. Or I tell you what, I really do think the Chief has his own fan club.
Hey Chief, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, Mayor.
Steve?
So, anything I can say tonight that'll sway you over to my side?
No.
Pay raise, maybe.
Well,
anything that he does, I can beat.
this is great. I've never had people bid over me before.
Elmer, even though he's kind of the weasel of the show, is also a big part of the comic relief. You just never know what's going to happen to the guy or what he's going to... he takes himself so seriously, you never know what he's going to say.
Okay, fellas, what's the plan? How many officers are we sending in to raid the joint?
These are the only 2 officers we're sending in, and we're finalizing a plan now.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's great. You know what? I'm going to try that again. What? Just... Okay, fellas, what's the plan? How many officers are we sending in to raid the joint?
Well, one of the things that we're most proud of when it comes to City of Justice is how it's all produced here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Every aspect of it. The cast is from here. We shoot here all over the area. People behind the scenes are from here. I mean, it's a big, local effort. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's so cool that we're going to get to approach sponsors about or approach advertisers to help sponsor the show as we run on PAX. Well, I think one of the things that manages to draw such a broad audience to this show is that it gives people an opportunity to watch television, watch an action comedy, but an action show that just doesn't take itself too seriously. I think people are kind of worn out a little bit by an overwhelming amount of shows that have to be so realistic. And sometimes that realism means that they got to be careful what may pop on the screen if their kids are watching. And it's like, well, we want this to look realistic and freak people out, and let's see what we can get away with. And I think that City of Justice is just fluff. It's just fun. It's just pulling for the good guys, beating the bad guys, and getting a lot of things to laugh at along the way.
Well, forgive me for not knowing all the details, but how was your husband murdered?
Someone put rat poison in his coffee.
Well, May 7th will be here before we know it, and a lot of people have worked really hard. We're really looking forward to working with sponsors. I think they're going to be happy with what they get out of it. And it's going to be a great thing for the area, great thing for the local industry.